In this tutorial, I'm going to be sharing with you how to draft, cut and sew this beautiful blouse with a kimono sleeve. It is very simple, detailed and beginner friendly. You can rock this blouse as a free blouse and also as a fitted blouse. If this looks like what you're interested in, please keep on watching. And if this is your first time on this channel, please click on the subscribe button, like, share and drop a comment. I'm going to be drafting the front block of the pattern first before drafting the back, and I'll be drafting on my pattern paper before transferring to my main fabric because I'm using a very light fabric, which is a crepe fabric, and drafting on it will not be really clear for you to see. So I'm just going to go ahead to draft on my pattern paper first. You can actually do this directly on your fabric before cutting. So the first thing I'll be doing is to mark my button allowance on the center front. So from those points, I'll go in by 1 inch and I'll mark the 1 inch all the way down, after which I'll connect the points together with a straight vertical line. Next, I'll go ahead to insert my shoulder measurement at this top line here. So my shoulder divided by 2 is 7.5. I'll mark it. Note that all measurements start from this button allowance. After marking my shoulder measurement, I'll go ahead to insert my sleeve length. For the sleeve length, I'm working with 9 inch for my sleeve length. I'll just go ahead to extend my top line all the way to where the sleeve length stops. Next, I'll go ahead to mark my neck measurement. So for the neck width, I'll mark a neck width of 3 inch for the front. Then the neck depth for the front, I'll go ahead to mark a neck depth of 8 inch like this. I'll also mark this 8 inch on this other side. After which, I'll go ahead to connect the neck width to the neck depth with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. Take note of the point where I connected it to. This is how you should do yours. Next, I'll go ahead to mark the shoulder slope. I'll be coming down by 1 inch from this point for the shoulder slope and mark. Then I'll connect that point to the neck width with my ruler like this. Next, I'll go ahead to mark the sleeve opening. For the sleeve opening, I'll come down from the shoulder slope by 8 inch and mark. After marking that, I'll draw a straight vertical line at the point I just marked like this. Next, I'm going to be coming in by 1 inch from this point like this and mark. This is going to make the sleeve to sit well when the blouse is being worn. After marking that, I'll connect it back to the shoulder slope like this. After doing this, I'll go ahead to mark my shoulder to bust point, which is 10.5 inch, shoulder to waist, which is 16 inch, and shoulder to the blouse length, which is 24 inch. After marking this, I'm going to go ahead to draw straight horizontal lines at the point I just marked with my ruler like this. After doing this, the next I'll go ahead to do now is to insert my body circumference measurement. So on the bust point, I'll insert my bust measurement divided by 4, which is 9 inch. Then I'll add 1 inch extra for ease and 1 inch for sewing allowance. If you want yours fitted, do not add any ease allowance. Next, I'll move over to the waist. And on the waist, I'll mark my waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch ease and 1 inch sewing allowance. On the blouse length, I'll insert my hip measurement divided by 4, which is 10 inch. Then I'll mark 1 inch extra for ease and 1 inch for sewing allowance. So after marking this, I'll go ahead to connect the sides together with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. After connecting the side, I'm going to go ahead to connect the sleeve opening to the bust point with the curved part of my ruler like this. So if you don't have a curved ruler, you can simply use your hand to connect it, and this is what you're going to be having after doing that. The next thing to do now is to work on the center front because the center front of the blouse is longer. To do that, I'm going to be coming down from this point by 3 inch. I did 5 inch here, but after sewing I realized it was too long, so I had to trim it a little bit. So if you are doing yours, come down by 3 inch. After doing this on the side, I'm going to be going up by 1 inch on the side and mark. This is totally optional. If you want to maintain your blouse length, you can go ahead to do that. After doing that, I'll connect the side to 3 inch I came down by. You can connect using the curved part of your ruler, or you can connect using the straight line like this. So I'm just going to go ahead to connect using the straight line like you see me doing in the video. Once I'm done doing this, from the waistline, I'm going to be coming down by 3 or 4 inch and mark. Then on this 5 inch point I mark, I'll be going in by 2.5 inch and mark. After doing that, I'll connect these to the 4 inch I came down by on the waistline and connect like this. So this is going to be for the opening on the center of the blouse. This is what you should have after connecting. So basically, this is what the front block of the blouse is going to look like. I'm going to be fixing my button at this point. You see me marking like this. The next thing I'll go ahead to quickly do now is to cut it out. So just watch what I'm cutting, so you go ahead to do the same when cutting yours. So after cutting, this is what the front block of the blouse is going to look like. Next, I'm going to go ahead to draft the back block. So when drafting for the back, you're going to be drafting the back on fold. There will be no button allowance or zipper allowance on the center back because we already added that to the front. So first, I'll go ahead to mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2, which is 7.5. After marking that, I'll go ahead to mark the sleeve opening, which is 9 inch like I did for the front. The next, I'll mark a neck width of 3 inch like I did for the front, and the neck depth I'm going to be using for the back is going to be 1 inch. Then I'll go ahead to draw the neckline with my ruler like this. After doing this, I'll be coming down by 1 inch on the sleeve length and mark for the shoulder slope. Next, I'll connect that 1 inch to the neck width with a straight line like this. Once I'm done doing this, I'll go ahead to mark the sleeve opening. The sleeve opening for the front and the back is going to be the same. So I'll mark 8 inch from the shoulder slope like this and mark. Then I'll draw a straight vertical line with my ruler like this. After marking that, I'll be coming in by 1 inch like I did for the front. Then I'll connect it back to the shoulder slope with a slant line like this. The next thing I'll do now is to mark my shoulder to bust point, which is 10.5 inch, shoulder to waist, which is 16 inch, and shoulder to blouse length, which is 24 inch. So the blouse length and the waist for the front and the back is going to be the same because there is no bust that will be added to the blouse. Next, I'll draw a straight horizontal line at the point I just marked with my ruler, like you see me doing in the video. After marking, I'll go ahead to insert my bust measurement divided by 4 plus 2 inch extra for ease and sewing allowance. On the waist, I'll mark my waist measurement divided by 4 plus 2 inch, and on the blouse length, I'll mark my hip measurement divided by 4 plus 2 inch extra for ease and sewing allowance. After which, I'll connect the sides together with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. After connecting the side, I'm going to be coming up by 1 inch from the side like this. Then I'll connect it back to the hem of the blouse to achieve this curve effect on the hem of the blouse because I don't want it to be straight. Then I'll go ahead to connect the sleeve opening to the bust point using a curve like you see me doing in the video. So basically this is it for the back of the blouse. It is very simple. This is all you need to do at the back of the blouse. The next thing I'm going to go ahead to quickly do now is to cut it out. So after cutting, this is what the back is going to look like, and here we have the front block. So when you place the sides together, make sure that they are aligning. If it is not aligning, go ahead to trim off any excesses. The next thing I'm going to go ahead to quickly do now is to cut out my fabric using this pattern that I've already gone ahead to draft. So here I've gone ahead to cut out my fabric, and while cutting I mark a sewing allowance of 0.5 inch on the shoulder line and on the hem, while on the sleeve I marked 1 inch for folding allowance because I'm going to be folding the hem of the sleeve. And also while cutting I went ahead to cut out a facing that I'll be using to turn the neck, the button allowance, and also the opening at the front. This is because I don't want to use a bias to do that, and this is what the facing look like after cutting it out. So all you need to do is to trace the neck opening, the button allowance, and the hem opening. The next thing I'm going to go ahead to quickly do now is to turn my neckline and the button allowance and the hem opening with the facing I've already gone ahead to cut. So I'm going to go ahead to pick one of the facing like this and I'll place it on it. After which I'll go over to my sewing machine to sew it all the way to the hem using 0.5 inch sewing allowance. After sewing, I will flip it over, give it a good press, and use my hemming gum to secure it. So here I have the back block of the blouse. I'm gonna ahead to cut it out also. And after cutting, I also cut out a facing for the neckline and also for the hem. So if you want to fold your hem, you can go ahead to fold your hem, or you can use a bias to also turn your neckline, but I don't want anything showing on the good face. That is why I went ahead to cut out a facing for the back also. So after cutting, this is what your facing should look like, and this is what the facing for the hem is going to look like. I'm going to go over to my sewing machine to also finish up the neckline with the facing. I'm going to go ahead to place the facing for the hem on the hem like this, and I'll go ahead to stitch from this side all the way like this. So after turning the neckline, the button allowance, and the hem, this is what you're going to be having. So I use my hemming gum to keep the facing in place so it doesn't flip over when the dress is being worn. So this is what you should have after doing this. As you can see, it's looking so neat and looking very beautiful already. This is what your blouse should look like. The button allowance is going to be overlapping on each other like this, and you have the v-neck line and the opening on the hem like this. So here I have the back. I also went ahead to use my hemming gum to secure the facing on the back so it doesn't move. And this is what you should have after hemming the lower part of the back. This is what you should have. As you can see, it's looking very neat without any rough seam. The next thing I'll be doing now is to join the front and the back together on the shoulder. So I'll go back to my sewing machine to join the shoulder together. After joining my shoulder together, I'll go ahead to fold the sleeve opening. I'm going to go ahead to hem this part using 1 inch. I'll quickly do this and I'll come back to show you what next. Here I've gone ahead to join the shoulder area together using 0.5 inch, and I've also gone ahead to fold my sleeve edge like this, and this is what I have. The next thing I'm going to go ahead to quickly do now is to join the sides together. So make sure that your sides are aligning before you go ahead to start sewing. So I'm going to go back to my sewing machine to close up the sides using 1 inch, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. But before closing up the side, I'm going to be attaching a belt to the blouse. So I'm going ahead to make this belt that I'll be fixing on the blouse. So I'll go ahead to place this in between the front and the back on the waistline. I'm going ahead to notch my waist, so I'll place it in between like this, after which I'll close up the side using 1 inch, and I'll repeat the same thing on the other side also. I'll head over to my sewing machine to quickly do this, after which I'll come back to show you what next. So here I'm going ahead to join my front and back together, and this is what it looks like. This is what the inner part of the blouse look like. As you can see, it's looking so beautiful already, and this is what the belt look like after fixing. The next I'm going to go ahead to quickly do now is to attach my button to it. So I'll be creating a buttonhole on this part. After creating the buttonhole, I'll fix my button on the other side like so. So I'll just go ahead to quickly do all this, and I'll come back to show you the final look. After fixing the button, this is what the blouse looked like. It came out really nice and I love the outcome. You can go ahead to try yours and let me know about the outcome in the comment section. If you've watched this video to this point, please subscribe if you are yet to, and also don't forget to like, share and drop a comment. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my other tutorials.